Welcome back to the Ross Bolin podcast. I am Ross Bolin here with producer Kade Orris. Kade, how are you?
Oh, doing pretty good, Ross.
Big birthday, Kade.
Feeling a little older than I did yesterday.
Producer Kade's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wish him happy birthday on social media at Kade Orris on Instagram and Twitter. We just got some birthday pizza.
We did, yeah.
You had a birthday beer.
Yeah.
I had a non-alcoholic.
Beer, but yeah, still counts.
Still celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
You did a little birthday therapy before that?
Yeah, therapy in the morning, yeah. Felt right.
Big day so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got anything going on after work or taking it easy?
No, nothing big planned after work. I did most of my celebrating on this past weekend. I went to Matt's Rancho on Friday.
Wow.
Got a couple of knockout martinis.
Oh.
Ooh, they sure knocked me out.
They do.
Yeah. Then just went out again. And Saturday went to the pool too. And then probably do something this weekend too. Got first Thursday, so it's gonna be a bit of a bender this weekend. Yeah.
All right. Happy for you.
Thank you.
Sad for your body.
My body's gonna
you.
hate me. I got some crumble cookies too.
Oh yeah.
That my sister got me. So yeah.
Love a crumble cookie.
Yeah.
What do you eat when you go to Matt's El Rancho?
I get the chicken fajitas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fajitas.
Mm-hmm.
You sizzle.
Yeah, I do the sizzle.
You don't get cheese enchiladas like a small child.
No, I eat it like a grown up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Kade, let's start today's show talking about someone near and dear to your heart.
Okay.
I have to assume you have seen the mirror selfie your boy Drake posted on Instagram of him standing in front of a bar showcasing his abs.
I have, yeah. I feel like you want to put abs in air quotes.
Yeah. And just for anybody who doesn't know the history here, it's not that Kade is necessarily like a Drake superfan, but during the Kendrick and Drake beef in 2024, he was so affected by it that he had to mute it on Twitter. He had to mute the words Drake and Kendrick Lamar so that he wouldn't get any of the memes or any of the content surrounding the beef.
Yeah, I was hurting. They're both my boys. I hate to see my boys fight.
Yeah.
They're not boys. They're very much not boys, but they're
girls
my
were
boys.
fighting.
Yeah. I just hated seeing two of my favorites just going at it.
And
but I have gotten past it at
that's
this
good.
point. Yeah.
You've healed.
I still bump like Not Like Us and Euphoria a lot. Not so
Yeah.
much Drake's, but I still fuck with this stuff.
Yeah, Drake hasn't dropped a lot of heat since that beef unfolded. And just to give more context, historically, I've liked a lot of Drake songs. Like many white boys, I had my moment with Marvin's Room where I used to just sit in the dark in college in my room and play that song and weep silently. But judging Drake as a dude, I kind of always got the feeling he was like a special kind of douchebag. Now, I don't have to hang out with him or know him personally, so this doesn't affect me at all. And I still enjoy a lot of his music. But as he slipped kind of further and further into what I would call a dangerous age range, where when you're doing hip hop and you get up around mid-30s, you've got decisions to make. Do you grow?
Yeah, with the audience you
with
built.
the audience you built, or do you continue to aim at 18 to 25-year-olds? And it's a decision that in Drake's case, he may have misread because he went for the younger generation. He wasn't necessarily, I think his lifestyle and the type of dude he is, he kind of Peter Panned it. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
He didn't really want to grow up.
Yeah.
And it's hard to blame him for that. I'm just saying, I think on paper, it wasn't incredibly, it was incredibly obvious that Drake was like some level of a douchebag, right? So I wouldn't say I was a Drake hater prior to the beef. I liked his music. I didn't really care too much to follow his personal life or anything like that. But this, as part of that beef, obviously Kendrick called Drake out and accused him of having fake abs. Having done, I don't know what you would call it, cosmetic surgery to enhance his ab region of his body.
Yeah.
And that is a hilarious thing to accuse someone of. At that point, there had been Drake's one to put up selfies. He's a selfie guy.
Right.
And he had put up a couple of shots of like his gym progress or whatever, but from angles where it wasn't terribly apparent to me whether or not Kendrick's accusation was accurate. Which is what made this selfie he put up the other day in the last 48 hours so fucking shocking, because it is blatant.
It's very damning, yeah.
First of all, the caption on the photo, I believe it was a 2-part post. You could two slides. The first one was him, a selfie of him shirtless with his phone covering his face, a mirror selfie in front of a bar with a bunch of liquor bottles.
Yeah.
And then the next slide was him running on a trail, like doing a bit of run club.
Okay.
You know? And the caption read, "I'm wide awake for the nights that separate the type who get to it till they get it right from the type who just type." Okay. King of douchey captions on Instagram. He's getting absolutely cooked online and has been for 2 days straight at this point. And I just don't understand, like, why, after you've been accused of having fake abs by Kendrick Lamar in a beef that completely derailed a year of your career, which you are still trying to recover from, why you post this photo? Because, like, straight up, the abs do not look right.
No, there's something very off. Like that, those aren't normal looking abs.
Nah, you've never seen a dude who has abs that look that way.
Yeah.
Ever. It looks like the abs on a Ken doll.
Unless it's like some like body dysmorphia kind of thing, but like I don't think that's...
Body dysmorphia is how you see your own body, though.
Oh.
Oh, you mean he might think they look normal?
Oh, sure, yeah. But like I thought like... or not, like... I mean, there's people who like can still have abs, but like I don't know, maybe like it doesn't like...
No, dude.
No? Okay.
Not
It's
like
just-
that.
Yeah.
Not like that. It looks like they're drawn on. It looks like a Halloween
It
costume.
looks like they he like got a spray, like it kind of like spray tanned on. Like
Yeah.
you've seen people do that.
Yeah. It looks plastic, like a Ken doll. Like the definition is just not natural looking. And I just don't see how he didn't see this cook job coming. Like, did he really thought he was going to be able to put that up and get away with it? Like the internet wouldn't go absolutely
Or
ham?
that like people would have forgotten that like Kendrick called him out for that.
It was like 8 months ago.
Yeah.
Wasn't that long. Well, I guess it just passed the year mark. We just had like the anniversary of all that.
Yeah. Wow. Time
Time
flies.
flies. Yeah. When you're having fun. I don't know if it's flown for Drake. But this is a 38-year-old man, by the way. This is a dude who's my age, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's also a dad,
Yep.
right? He's got a kid. We all remember that saga. Another one that didn't go well for him. And I just don't know why you don't, like, when this all even happened last year, I was like, maybe just go away for a while, man. Like, take a couple years fucking off. Make people miss you. Then come back with bangers. But he has not done that. He's continued to have a presence on social media. He's doing all these streams with big time
like
streamers,
steak ads and shit.
XQC and shit,
Yeah.
going and appealing to these fucking 18-year-olds, posting ab shots. He can't help himself. Putting out songs where he does like features, none of which catch on.
He has one that's blowing up.
What was it, Nokia?
Yeah. That one goes. I do like that one a lot.
Yeah, but even that, but even that's kind of faded into obscurity over the past couple months. So it's just a weird thing to see. I don't know that we have a celebrity who has climbed to the heights that Drake has and then sort of been knocked down by something other than scandal. Because like most of the time, you look at like Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
He was accused of being a pedophile, essentially, right?
Right.
You look at Kanye. He fell in love with Hitler and made the horrible mistake of telling people about it and also showing his employees pornography as part of some weird artistic expression. So there's usually some kind of scandal, some pretty blatant shit that's like, oh, well, yeah, you're going to get in trouble for that, In Drake's case, it's literally just him being a douchebag. Like, that's the thing that has
That's his
caused
downfall.
issues.
Yeah.
That's the whole beef was just Kendrick accusing him of being a douchebag on different levels,
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I had to do when I saw this photo posted on Instagram was go into the comment section and see how people were doing. And it was fucking insane in there, dude. To the point that he clearly had someone managing the account going in and doing like damage control and desperately deleting the most clever takedowns that were posted. But here's some of the ones that remain. Ordered abs from Temu and forgot to add shoulders and triceps.
Yeah,
LOL.
that's another thing. Like nothing else looks very defined.
Right. It doesn't make sense.
But it's like I've seen him like post like workout stuff before, but like it's just the abs
it just doesn't look
match,
right, man. It just doesn't look right. Someone said no shoulders, no biceps, deflated chest, but extremely defined abs. LMAO. And that's maybe not all the way fair. But the point is the abs are over exaggerated compared to the rest of his build.
Unless like every day is ab day for him.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But even then, they wouldn't look like that.
Yeah.
Some of the Drake fanboys who came to his defense were like, "What is this? Commenting on another man's body? Y'all are so lame." And the counter argument is like, "No, dude, no. If this was a friend of mine, he would get cooked."
Mm-hmm.
If you put that shit online, you're completely open. It's totally fair game. You're going to get cooked. Another comment said, this brother got the Etch-a-Sketch special. One said, my son said his abs look like a pack of Hawaiian rolls. And then I saw somebody edit a pack of Hawaiian rolls onto Drake's body in the photo, and it looked the exact same.
Yeah.
Someone said, motherfucker got AI abs, and then someone replied, motherfucker got abs GPT. Someone said, I know he's got them lips pursed up like a kissing booth behind that phone, and I'm dying over here. He does have a tendency to do that.
Mm-hmm. Actually, one of my...
Drake kissy face?
Yeah, one of my playlist covers is Drake doing the...
Drake kissy face?
Yeah, it's my playlist that are songs when I feel like a bad bitch.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Traditionally, the kissy face is like a sorority girl pose for photos.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, Drake opted in and decided that was going to be one of the things he did in these selfies he's constantly posting. So I can't explain that one either. It's just another one where I'm like, I don't know, man. I get it. But like, there's no way this dude struggles to get girls. There's just simply no way.
It feels like he's doing a lot extra shit.
Doing too much.
Yeah. And also, he can just hire like a personal trainer to get him like fucking
actually in shape.
Yeah.
I mean, that was part of Kendrick's takedown.
Yeah.
It was like, if you want abs, go work for them.
Yeah.
And achieve them through natural means. Don't fly to Brazil or whatever he said and get them etched into your body with a V12 vacuum.
Speaking of people with fake abs, have you seen Big Sean, another person you're a big fan of? Have you seen his abs?
Yeah, he's been getting roasted too.
Yeah.
He somehow got dragged into this.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's going on with his.
Because he's not like jacked by any means either.
Nah. Those are weird looking though, bro.
Yeah.
And I understand the desire to get abs. I've spoken on the show. I've never had abs before, and it was my goal to try to get some before 40. Now, the longer I've gotten into that journey, the more I realize how difficult it is because it turns out they're made in the kitchen where I am incapable of cooking.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, I've gotten in good shape, but I can't pull off the full transformation into actual abs. Like, my stomach region has gotten better. Arguably the best it's ever been since I was like a child, you know, because when you're a little kid, you're just like naturally jacked if you do anything remotely athletic.
Right. And you just burn off like
it doesn't matter. You eat chicken nuggies all day long, dude. But I get it. It's hard.
Yeah. I struggle with it.
But I don't get this. Whatever this is. I don't get it.
Girls like a little bit of dad bod. Like that's
not a huge problem.
No.
It's not a huge deterrent.
And you're Drake, like, they're not going to give a shit.
You don't need this.
Yeah.
You didn't need this. That's the real thing that kills me about it. You didn't need this. You were doing just fucking fine, man. I mean, sort of. Made some poor decisions, but, you know, he's got a cute kid.
Yeah.
He's worth like 300 mil.
Still,
Why?
Yeah.
Why, God? Someone also said, whoever he paid to delete comments been fighting for their life all night. And yeah. Because you remember he turned off his comments for a while.
Oh, just like on all of his?
On Instagram, he turned them off during the height of the beef because The whole comment section was just like, "They not like us." Another lyric from one of the other songs. Another lyric from Euphoria. Like, that was the whole comment section. He got sick of it, so he turned off his comments for a while. Now they're back on, and this is where he goes with it. For the life of me, I'll never be able
Yeah, I don't. He just doesn't have any people in his corner. Just kind of, tell him how it is. Just like being honest with them.
Seriously.
It's not what you want.
Bunch of yes men, dude.
Yeah.
Surrounded by yes men.
Yeah, dude, that looks sick. You should totally post that. Yeah, dude.
Run it by somebody, my guy.
I know.
Holy hell. I've spent too much time looking at it. I gotta close it. I gotta move on with my life. But it is very look. I'll give one silver lining. One thing Drake has proven over the course of his career is that he does have a pretty good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Now, maybe not related to his own physique. I don't really know. But he's a pretty funny guy. He can be. He did a fine job hosting the ESPYs, for example.
He has some funny music videos.
I think he did SNL. Yeah. He's clearly got jokes. He's got some funny lyrics.
Yeah.
Arguably one of the funnier rappers to achieve the level of mainstream success that he has. Kanye's another one. Just flagrantly absurd lyrics. And I'm not talking about the Hitler stuff. I'm talking about back in the day. The old Kanye. But so maybe there's a sliver of a chance that maybe he knew he would get cooked and that this would be hilarious for all of us. So he did it for the people.
But then that's why the comments getting deleted.
See, that's why somehow I doubt that was the case. Anyway, tough looks. Tough looks for some really weird abs, man. Even if they're real, maybe you should lose them. Stop doing crunches, because that don't look right. Big news in the fragrance market today, Kade.
Huge news.
Absolutely enormous for those of us who want to smell good. And even more specifically, smell like winners.
Yeah.
The President of the United States, one Donald Trump, posted on Truth Social, "Trump fragrances are here. They're called Victory 45-47 because they're all about winning, strength, and success for men and women. Get yourself a bottle, and don't forget to get one for your loved ones too. Enjoy, have fun, and keep winning. Go to gettrumpfragrances.com." So that was his post. And obviously, it caught my attention.
Right.
It got spread all over Twitter. People were screenshotting the Truth Social. That's basically what happens with Trump. He uses Truth Social because he owns that one, where he has some ownership stake. So clearly, he needs to be posting there to drive people to the
side,
platform so they can make money, right? But then all of his posts get screenshotted off Truth Social and spread all over Twitter, like he might as well be on Twitter.
Yeah, but I didn't see this one. I mean, I have his name muted, so like it's very rare for something from him to get through the cracks. But it does occasionally. But I haven't seen this one yet.
Oh, it's something to behold.
I'm sure it is.
Now, the post in and of itself is hilarious, and it's just one of those things where like Trump can't help himself. He can't help himself. He's got to grift. He's got to slang merch. He's got to sell fucking perfume and steaks. This is not a thing we've ever seen from the President of the United States, where he's essentially operating like an influencer.
Isn't it also like super illegal for presidents to like?
That's debatable.
Debatable. Okay. It's a bit of a gray.
I think to quote Trump, or to come close to a quote that he dropped, if the president does it, it's not illegal.
Okay.
Yeah. So the post in and of itself, very entertaining. The idea of it, very, very funny. But until you've gone to the website, you haven't seen the full beauty of this absurd campaign. And I hate to send traffic their way.
Right.
But I got to recommend you go to gettrumpfragrances.com and actually take a look at this thing. First of all, there's a big photo of the Don, probably on Air Force One with a cell phone to his ear. Appears to be an iPhone, which is the most normal thing about him. But the rest of it is utterly fucking hysterical. It showcases the Fight, Fight, Fight collection. President Trump's official fragrances, it says. For patriots who never back down like President Trump. And I would note, every word in these sentences I am reading to you, the first letter is capitalized for reasons unbeknownst to me. For patriots who never back down like President Trump, this scent is your rallying cry in a bottle. Featuring Trump's iconic image and raised fist, this limited edition cologne embodies strength, power, and victory. Shop now. And then there's like a video you can play that's him talking about the fucking stupid cologne he's trying to hawk to people. But then you scroll down and you find the product. And this is where you become completely shocked if you have a fully functioning brain. $199 for a bottle.
It's crazy.
$199 for the regular bottle. And then you can pay $249 for a bigger bottle that's a golden Trump statue that looks absolutely nothing like him. Kind of looks like an award you would get at like a shitty
It kind of looks like
an Emmy,
like an Oscar, but
like an Oscar, an Academy Award.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for the $199 bottle, it says, crafted for those who stand tall, this bold scent delivers rich, robust notes that leave a lasting impression. It's not just a cologne. It's a symbol of resilience.
That's why one of my clones is to also be a symbol of resilience.
That's a big selling point for cologne.
Really, yeah.
If you don't
care
have
about what it smells like.
No.
I want it to be a symbol of resilience.
No, and I also love that it says it delivers rich, robust notes that leave a lasting impression. Typically, in these type of descriptions, it'll say like rich, robust notes of mahogany.
Yeah, or vanilla.
Or like whatever the specific scent is.
Like something like more tropical.
Yeah. But this doesn't give any specification.
No.
They're just rich and robust, these notes.
Yeah.
But we don't know what they smell like.
No.
No one knows what they smell like. There's zero information about what this fucking smells like.
Victory.
Other than victory and winning and resilience.
Yeah.
And you can only buy this shit through this website. So it's not like you can walk into fucking Macy's and like do a smell test.
Right.
You're just throwing a Hail Mary for $200 fucking dollars or $249.
Well, if you buy two of the $249 bottles, you can save $100. So I mean.
Oh shit. Well, that changes everything.
Yeah.
If I buy $500 worth of this cologne, then I get $100 off.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
I mean, that's a bargain. Like you'd be stupid to not buy this.
Why is Trump Fragrances not sponsoring our show? We could have a code.
Yeah.
10% off. You know?
And you might want to get in there quick because it looks like they're selling out.
Yeah.
Really fast.
I noticed that as well. I got questions.
Mm-hmm.
Because what it feels like they did is take 4 bottles, list them at the very bottom, and slap sold out across all of them so that it would give people the impression of urgency.
Yeah.
So that they could sell the top 4, which are $199 or $249 a piece.
Yeah, because they didn't even like give you like a what the price would have been.
You can't see anything about the details about the sold out stuff.
Yeah,
which makes it feel a bit like a scam.
It kind of reminds me of calico cut pants. You know.
Yeah.
With the dots on them, little P dots. They come like that, but they're all sold out. You can't buy them anywhere because they're just so popular.
To continue the $199 bottle, it says inspired by Trump's relentless drive, wear it with pride and confidence. Fight, fight, fight cologne for men who fight to win and never surrender. All right. Then the $249 bottle, which is the one with the golden Trump statue that doesn't look anything like him. It says limited edition, numbered collectible cologne celebrates President Trump's historic victory and upcoming inauguration as the 47th president. Featuring his iconic golden statue, Victory 47 blends rich masculine notes with a refined, lasting finish. Again,
no specific notes of what?
Total and utter lack of detail. The notes we do know are rich and masculine, though, in this case, with a refined, lasting finish. God knows what this smells like.
It just smells like a spray tan. Like you just gotta have a spray tan.
That would be fitting.
Yeah.
That would be really fitting. Or orange makeup, whatever that makeup he wears, whatever that smells like. It says, for men who lead with strength, confidence, and purpose, this is more than a cologne. It's a celebration of resilience and success. It's just the most generic product of all time. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. Incredibly marked up. There's no way it costs more than $10 for them to make each of these bottles. They're marking them up like 300x and shipping them off to whoever is out of their mind enough to order this shit. How did they settle on this? Because at this point, everybody expects the Trump scam. We know he's going to get his while he's in there.
Right.
He's got meme coins going, for fuck's sake.
Mm-hmm.
His family's net worth has gone through the goddamn roof since he got reelected because he's just milking this shit for everything it's worth. And I don't know who couldn't have possibly seen that coming, but I don't know how we end up on Trump fragrances as one of the fucking verticals he's chosen. How?
It really beats me.
Is he just running out of shit to sell? Go back to the steaks. At least that's funny. Trump steaks are a hilarious concept. I think that failed already and maybe went bankrupt, and that's why he can't go back to that.
Yeah.
But like, he made those shoes. Remember the shoes?
I do not remember the shoes.
Oh, you got to Google Trump sneakers. They're just the gaudiest, most god-awful piece of shit 1950s boxers.
Oh, yeah, okay, I do remember
They
these.
look like a boxer's.
They do look like boxing shoes.
That they lace up before a boxing match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he did the shoes. He's got the meme coin. He's pumping the cologne. But like, I don't know. The hats.
The hats, yeah.
The merch, you know? But the merch has been ripped off left, right, and center. Everybody's, you know, every right-wing company has sold a version of that Trump hat.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I guess he's fucking old and there's not, golf. Why hasn't he gotten into golf shit?
Oh, like slinging golf merch?
Yeah.
Yeah. That feels like it's right up his
Golf
alley.
polos, golf balls, golf cleats. Golf was made for a guy like him to come in and just scam the living shit out of golf companies in general are already a ridiculous scam.
Yeah.
They drop a new driver every year, Kade, and the technology's completely new, and it's going to add 5 yards to your drive. And guess what? They've also got new balls. At some point, you've maxed out what technology can do for a fucking golf ball, man. You don't need to release a new model every 6 months. This is insane. You're killing us.
Yeah. So he has the perfume for the woman and the clones for the men. But do you think they're different scents, or are they just the same? Like, is it really like?
That's a fantastic question.
Do you think both of them still blend rich masculine notes with a refined, lasting finish?
The women's perfume says this elegant scent blends delicate floral notes and a burst of citrus for an elegant finish. So this is more specific.
Okay.
Here's what I think. Maybe the Trump bandwagon females will buy the perfume. And that's why there's a little more detail here.
Yeah.
You know? It's for women who embody strength and grace, comma, like President Trump. That's what it says. This scent is your call to action. Maybe when you spray it on, you just become overwhelmed with the desire to storm the Capitol. But so I think maybe there's women who buy it themselves, or just for these families who are huge Trump people, because they tend to celebrate Trump like it's a sports team.
Right.
Like I got a guy on my street in his garage. He's got a giant Trump flag up on the wall, and so maybe for those families, it's like, what do I get my fucking idiot wife for our anniversary? I know, I'll get her the Trump perfume because she's a woman who embodies strength and grace, much like President Trump, or the vice versa of that. What do I get my drunken dickhead of a husband? Oh, I know, I'll get him the fight cologne. Because he is a man who leads with strength, confidence, and purpose. And he wants to celebrate resilience and success,
Yeah, he's someone that fights to win and never surrenders,
Yeah, that's him. So maybe that's it. It also says at the bottom, unlock exclusive VIP access. Be the first to experience the luxury fragrance. Sign up now for special offers, early access, and more.
I'm going to put your email down for that.
No, please, God. Free shipping, though, Kade.
That's huge.
Okay. Well, now maybe I'm in. Buy 2 or more fragrances and receive $50 off each bottle. Don't miss out. Unreal, dude. The documentaries that come out after his reign, we'll call it, is over, are going to be so wildly entertaining once we can all bring ourselves around to watching them.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it immediately, but
no, it's going to take time.
Yeah,
maybe like 10 years from now, 15 yees down the road.
Yeah, if we're still even around.
Yeah, if we're around, if we survive.
Yeah,
revisiting this point in history will be a real riot. Because what an insane comic book villain of a human being. Fucking Trump fragrances. Anyway, go get you 1 or 2 because of the discount.
Yeah, the deals.
Get some for your idiot fucking wife. This show is sponsored by Liquid IV. I've been spending a lot of time at the pool this summer. Got a couple short beach trips planned in July and August. Very stoked for those. But, being out in the sun for hours at a time, my main priorities are sunscreen to protect my white ass and Liquid IV to keep me from getting dehydrated. No matter how hot your summer gets, Liquid IV can keep you hydrated for the adventures ahead. The summer heat means it's the perfect time to try their new Arctic raspberry flavor. Plus, Liquid IV has sugar-free solutions powered by Live Hydroscience for smart hydration. Visit liquidiv.com and use code ROSS at checkout for 20% off your first order. We've been loving Liquid IV here at Bowling Media for many, many years because it gets the job done. Hydrates better than water alone and tastes incredible with their variety of delicious flavors. Liquid IV makes regular water tasty as hell. My favorite flavor right now is the white peach. Can't get enough of it. I mix it in my water bottle in the morning and before workouts as well to get 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. We've got like 20 bags of Liquid IV in the storage closet here at Bowling Media, so it's always available for us and our guests. We love it. Guests love it as well. Remembering to drink enough water every day is a constant struggle for most of us, and as a result, a lot of us are walking around dehydrated without even realizing it, which affects everything. Your energy levels, your mental health, everything. Liquid IV has you covered all summer long. You just dump one of these little baggies, little Liquid IV packets into your water so that it tastes 3 times better with 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drinks and is significantly more hydrating than water alone. Explore the delicious sugar-free options including white peach, lemon lime, rainbow sherbet, and more. Find all their best-selling hydration multipliers flavors online. And now you can experience their newest flavor, Hydration Multiplier, Arctic Raspberry, plus discover more fun flavors like cotton candy or popsicle firecracker for the 4th of July. Just stick one 16-ounce stick of water in your bottle, and it hydrates better than water alone. Powered by Live Hydroscience, an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink. 8 essential vitamins and nutrients, always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. Squeeze the most out of your summer with Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first order with code ROSS at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code ROSS, R-O-S-S, at liquidiv.com. Big news regarding my esteemed alma mater, Texas State University. From ESPN, Texas State has officially joined the Pac-12. The conference announced on Monday, becoming the league's 9th member ahead of its relaunch in 2026. I've heard of the Pac-12.
You have, yeah.
This is huge for Texas State.
Used to be a prestige conference.
It did.
And then everyone left.
Everyone left. Everyone left. In fact, when I heard this news, I could only name 2 teams that remained.
That's because there's only 2 teams that remained. Oregon State and...
Washington State?
Maybe? Yes, I think so. Now they got more.
Now they're doing great.
They're doing, yeah.
Look at them, rebuilding. Mm-hmm. Texas State, a huge part of it. It says the commissioner, Teresa Gould, commissioner of the Pac-12, said, "We are extremely excited to welcome Texas State as a foundational member of the new Pac-12. It is a new day in college sports and the most opportune time to launch a new league that is positioned to succeed in today's landscape with student athletes in mind." Texas State's Board of Regents voted to authorize a $5 million buyout to the Sun Belt Conference early Monday. So we were in the Sun Belt. Mm-hmm. Had to pay $5 million to get out of the Sun Belt. They will remain in the Sun Belt through the 2025-2026 season and then join the Pac-12 in all sports for the 2026-2027 school year. Yeah. So this is our last season as middling, irrelevant losers. And then everything is going to change, Kade.
Yeah, then you're on to the big leagues.
Everything is going to change when we're in the Pac-12. It says the Pac-12 needed to reach 8 football-playing schools to meet the NCAA minimum for an FBS conference prior to the 2026 season. And I don't love that sentence. Because that makes it feel like they were like, well, fuck, we need one more.
No, you guys had 8. Well, they had 8. Now you're 9.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, so they had
okay,
8.
Good.
So
there we go. See?
Like, yeah.
They didn't need us. They wanted us.
They wanted you guys.
They wanted us. So as of 2026-2027, the Pac-12 will consist of Oregon State, Washington State, Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, San Diego State, Utah State, and now Texas State. States only.
Yeah, that's a prerequisite. You gotta be a state team.
Can't be a university of.
No, you have to be a state team. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. Honestly, this is a very fun conference.
That's not a bad conference.
No.
That's a decent conference.
That's exciting. That's
People have heard of most of these schools.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Boise State had a great year last year. And yeah, other schools are doing it.
There are others too.
There are other teams too. And now Texas State.
Maybe not great football schools.
No, but you're the Pac-12, and people have heard the Pac-12.
That's the part that matters.
Yeah. You'll make up that $5 million easy.
Brand recognition. You need brand recognition to recoup that $5 million.
You're going to get, some bigger recruits now. You won't be just such a...
I think it really does help.
Yeah. No, it really will.
Doing the recruiting side of things.
Now, granted, I mean, you don't got that Texas NIL money.
No.
Really no one does.
Look, dude, we're not trying to compete with Texas.
No.
That should be very clear.
Yeah.
We're trying to become even remotely relevant in even the smallest possible way to just get maybe a few guys who could win some football games. That's the direction we need to head. And so this is a huge fucking development. Texas State, by the way, 40,000 students. It's one of the 25 largest undergraduate enrollments among public universities.
That's crazy.
Big-ass school, man. Big-ass school, dog shit football historically. They've taken some strides.
Yeah, y'all were decent.
We had a watchable quarterback.
That's huge. You need one of those to do anything.
Could throw a football and run without tripping over his shoelaces and fumbling. It was awesome. But we were still in the fucking Sun Belt. You know?
Yeah, and no one gives a shit about the Sun Belt.
No. I want to say we made a bowl game.
Last year?
Yeah. Maybe not.
Well, you need a 6, so...
In the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl against North Texas. I heard it was a great one.
I bet. I mean, it's probably up there with the college football playoffs in terms of viewers.
Yeah, and viewership numbers. It said it was Texas State's second consecutive bowl appearance.
Oh, wow.
And their second time playing in the First Responder Bowl. So we are basically like a cornerstone of the First Responder Bowl. Baby steps, Kade.
Yeah.
You know, now Pac-12. Dominate the First Responder Bowl? No, I don't know if we won or lost. We won.
There you go.
30-28.
Wow. Ooh, close one.
Look at that. We were seeking our first bowl win since the 2014 Heart of Dallas Bowl. Another
classic. Everyone remembers that one.
Another infamous bowl. But yeah, dude, look, especially growing up in Texas, which is such a huge football state, and I really didn't know anything about Texas State when I went. I didn't even visit. I didn't do a tour.
That's crazy.
I literally applied and showed up for orientation. That was fucking it. So I didn't really realize they didn't have like a football team. Like they had a football team, but it
wasn't a good one.
It was not FBS at the time. We weren't even in the Sun Belt yet.
Okay.
And it was like watching high school football.
Yeah.
It was pretty embarrassing. Like we never even went into the games. We would just black out at the tailgate and then go back to the frat house and light shit on fire.
Yeah, that's what it was like at Ball State too. We never went to the games, but we did party hard. We didn't light shit on fire after, but
that's what you should have.
Yeah, I guess we didn't party hard like you.
Should have gone
guys.
harder, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta go pyro with it. But it was always kind of a bummer. Like when college football season rolls around every year, I love college football. I love watching, but I don't have a team. So I'm just like rooting for whoever my money is on or rooting against whoever I hate, like the Longhorns, which I've come around on. I don't even hate the Longhorns anymore. That's how pathetic my college football fanhood has been. I can't even stick to the hatred that once drove me. Now I'm like, I like the Longhorns now. I can't.
They're a fun team to watch.
I won't rock their gear or like publicly back them.
Yeah.
But I secretly root for them. Because Austin, the city we live in, is more fun when the Longhorns kick ass.
Yeah.
It is. Everybody's more stoked. There's more people out at the bars, more people out walking around on the weekends and shit. None of this affects me anymore.
The games are fun if you go to them.
I just want to know other people are out there enjoying themselves. You know?
They are, yeah.
And that makes me feel better. That good energy makes me feel better. So never having had my own team to root for has been sort of a bummer. And I've tried to get into Texas State football on and off at different points. But my God. Like, when you tune into like a really obscure college football game and the announcers are dog shit, like the commentators are dog shit. The crowd noise is not the same.
Oh, no, it's not Pac Stadium at all.
Feels like you're watching some type of amateur event. It's kind of a bummer. You're just like, these vibes are shit. And we sucked constantly. So it's always a huge bummer. I couldn't fucking do it. But now, with this,
This is something you can get behind. This
real
is something
conference?
you can root for, yeah.
The Pac-12? I still don't understand why it's... Why is it not the
Pac-12?
Pac-9?
I mean...
Nobody knows.
Well, yeah, because I think that at one point they were the Pac-10, and then they added 2 teams, and then they lost
they changed the number then.
all of them. Yeah.
But they changed it to 12.
Oh, I think they want to get back to 12.
12.
Yeah, just so the name sticks. But I've seen someone say like it should be called the Pac State. You just got to be all state teams.
I
but
like that.
yeah, I don't know if you want to fuck with the branding right now, at least.
I'm also not clear on the Pacific part of it.
Honestly, all the conferences now are
They don't
like
make sense
the Big
anymore.
Ten. Yeah, I mean we got like Washington and Oregon and Rutgers.
It's kind of like, the Utah Jazz.
yeah.
The Jazz name came from New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. There's no jazz in
No.
Utah.
The Mormons
There's nothing in
don't
Utah.
bop that way, dude.
Yeah,
well, there's
like-
something in Utah. There's the Mormon wives who are living their lives.
Mm. See, I don't know why Ace Bailey was so upset about going to Utah when they got that going.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
Utah has never been hotter than it is right now
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
in terms of like hype. This is the best branding Utah has
Yeah.
ever had as a state because of the secret lives of Mormon wives. So, but yeah, Pacific. Yeah, I don't know why they don't fix some of this shit. The
Yeah.
Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers.
No.
It's because they used to be up in Minnesota.
Only sure, hon. Yeah.
That made sense because of the Great Lakes.
Yeah. I mean, most of the like San Diego State, Washington State, Oregon State. Those are
Pacific.
yeah.
Those are Pacific teams.
I don't know where Fresno State is. Boise State is kind of west. Colorado
Nobody
also-
knows where Fresno State is. That's
Colorado
part of the
also
fun.
west. Utah, yeah.
It's a mystery. Where could it be? Nobody knows. It's in Jesus, doesn't even say.
Google doesn't even know. AI doesn't know.
No.
What?
Oh, it's in California.
Oh,
so that
okay.
one makes sense
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
Because that's the Pacific side of the country.
Right. And then they just got you down south.
Then we got the Gulf of America over here.
Yeah.
Did that stick?
No.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, for some people probably, but like for normal people, no. No, I think it's still Gulf of Mexico.
Well, anyway, congratulations to Texas State University. What a win for us. We're really doing it. Eat 'em up, cats. A quick Ross's Reddit reads to close out today's show. Well, first I should note the Ying Yang Twins are performing at SeaWorld in San Diego.
I saw that, Mal.
That depressed me deeply. I don't know what. SeaWorld by itself is kind of depressing.
Yeah.
But seeing Ying Yang Twins up there, I saw the clips on Twitter.
I thought the crowd was into it, though.
They were.
Oh,
This
okay.
was like, I was shocked by how hyped this crowd was. Packed, sold out show.
It's just a weird place to have a
Super strange.
concert. And yeah,
Yeah.
Ying Yang Twins were, whew, man, it's tough to be hotter than that in like the early 2000s.
Oh shit, dude. They were all over the place, bro. Mm-hmm. I can't tell you how much I got twerked on to Ying Yang Twins songs in high school. Those were
The good old days.
important years of my life that the Ying Yang Twins were the soundtrack for.
Mm-hmm.
Ying Yang Twins, Lil Jon and the East Side
Oh,
Boys.
boy.
That was the twerking music, dude.
Yeah, that was.
Bitches were getting super low.
Mm-hmm.
Shaking booty meat in the club. It was great. Great times. But now they're performing at SeaWorld. It just bums me out because, like, just go do frat houses like a normal dying group.
Yeah. Or like, I mean.
SeaWorld, dude? With Shamu?
Oh.
You know?
Was that a whale?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know Shamu?
I've heard of Shamu. I don't.
They got all those whales in there, and
Yeah.
they're not supposed to.
No, they're really not.
PETA
They're not supposed to be.
PETA doesn't like it. No.
The big old tank.
Free Willy, dude.
Free the boy.
Jesus. Anyway, go see Ying Yang Twins if you're out in San Diego at your local SeaWorld. That's got to be a hell of a show. Honestly, if that was if it was happening here, I'd probably go.
Oh yeah.
Like, Kade, we got to take today off to go watch Ying Yang Twins perform at SeaWorld. But
I'd be down.
anyway, Ross's Reddit reads, this one's from the subreddit Confessions. And the headline is, I had a Hobbit-themed birthday so I could see people's feet. And you know that shit hopped up in my Reddit algorithm, and I immediately clicked on it. It's hitting all the right buttons. Hobbits. Love me some Lord of the Rings. Love me some Hobbits. Feet? Debatable. But I understand feet fetishists, as I've said repeatedly on the show. He says, recently watched the LOTR trilogy and loved it. Great movies. My birthday was coming up, so I told my girlfriend a Shire birthday would be fun, meaning everybody dresses up like a hobbit. I do like the aesthetic and vibe, but truly, the main reason was the idea of seeing our mutual friend's bare feet. He goes on to say, a couple people wore socks, but most didn't. One drew hair on her feet, which I didn't care for. Shrug emoji.
Do hobbits have
really hairy feet?
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Even
right.
the women folk.
Oh, okay.
Super hairy, giant feet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still appreciated it and saw a lot of beautiful feet, it says. Now, this thread started to blow up, so he went in and commented, this was a few months ago. Fuck the ICE Gestapo.
Okay.
Edit. Shout out to the women who sent me foot pics or promos. However, I am in a committed relationship and won't be replying. Shout out to Shane Top, The Chosen, and the rest of the Smosh family. Shout out to chubby girls, descendants of Aphrodite.
What?
So that just up front, this person is a total psycho.
Yeah.
But for the foot fetishists out there, this is a genius move. It's a genius move. It sort of reminds me of like how in college every frat party was like the sluttiest possible theme.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had a party that was called Anything
But Clothes.
Anything
ABCs,
But Clothes. You know, where you're essentially forced to make out makeshift slutty outfits.
Mm-hmm.
You know, chicks would show up with just a piece of duct tape.
Yep.
Like over their nipples, and then several strips of duct tape serving as like a bottom skirt.
Yep.
Shit like that.
Yep.
You know? But there's not really like appropriate versions of that. You know, you can get away with this when you're at a fraternity in college and everybody's a total scumbag. But in the real world, you need more legitimate excuses to get to see the things you want to see.
Right.
And if you're a foot guy, this isn't a bad move.
No, it's not. But also, you could just like had a pool party.
That's a good counter. It's a much more... Yeah, and then you don't have anybody showing up with fake hair on their feet or drawing hair on their feet.
Wearing socks. No one's wearing socks in the pool.
Also, was this guy just walking around the whole night, feet towards the ground, checking out feet? Or face toward the ground, checking out feet? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or maybe...
Wasn't this obvious? Weren't they like, hey, why is Kevin...
just staring at everyone?
Why is he in the corner with binoculars? Pointed towards the
ground.
ground.
You gotta be like, like a little secretive about it. You just gotta give some like
glances.
Yeah.
Furtive glances.
Mm-hmm. But I loved how his takeaways from the Lord of the Rings trilogy was like, great movies. Also, the feet. Wow. Like,
I could use this.
I could
use this to see feet for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The comments on this are just gold, by the way. There are people who are like, one person said, see, there's this issue I have with people submitting others to their sexual kinks without consent. This is fucking creepy. I ain't got nothing against people who love feet. That ain't the point. It doesn't matter what they didn't know or that they didn't know. You were getting something out of it that I'm sure your friends would be uncomfortable with if they found out, at the least. Shame. Someone replied, exactly. Kinks aren't the problem. Lack of consent is. Involving others without their knowledge crosses a serious line, and it's not okay just because they didn't notice. Look, the guy just wanted to see a few pairs of feet.
Just want to see his friend's feet.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's not really any harm or foul there. You know? I don't know that consent is necessary in this case. It's a Hobbit party.
Yeah.
But again, your point was a good one. Just go to the pool, dude.
Yeah.
People don't wear shoes in the pool. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, he took some extra steps to really get what he wanted when he could have just gone to the pool.
Friends don't use friends for sexual gratification without their consent.
Did it say if
he
it
didn't
was-
say anything sexual.
No, he just said he liked the idea of seeing.
His mutual friend's bare feet.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of beautiful feet. What if he's just an admirer of feet and it's not a sexual thing so much as it's like he sees feet as like an art form?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's part of the foot fetish community, you know? It's my understanding
Sure,
anyway.
yeah. But yeah, sadly, I will not be doing a Hobbit-themed party this year, but maybe next year.
Well, think about it, Kate.
Okay, yeah.
Because we could reap the benefits.
Yeah, apparently so.
One more comment. This person said, one time in high school, I saw this guy I was somewhat friends with take a photo of one of my close friend's feet while she had her slipper off. He tried to do it secretly because obviously it was against her will. But I saw, and it was disgusting. Never looked at him the same. Your story reminds me of him. Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
No.
That's a psycho move.
You think he was like taking pictures like at the party, but making sure to get the feet in there?
Maybe. But this is the thing I don't get about the feet guys. So they'll go and buy feet pics and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I can only understand the feet as part of a larger package. Like, if a woman is already good looking and has nice feet, it's like an addition.
Yeah.
You know? I don't get these dudes who are just paying for feet pics and like cranking to a foot. Like a foot by itself.
Yeah.
Like just the foot gets you somewhere. Now, I'm happy for them. Good for them.
Whatever gets your rocks off. Yeah.
Not kink shaming. I'm just saying that part of it still
doesn't compute.
Befuddles me.
Yeah.
Just a foot, huh?
Mm-hmm. That's all you need.
Because even like, I'm going to take this to an even stranger place. I can't stop.
All right.
When I was a kid, there was this one friend of mine whose dad was a plastic surgeon, and he did breast augmentations, right? Now, this is going to get weird. Bear with me. So they had a third story of their house. These are really wealthy people. He's a boob doctor, you know?
Right.
And his kids were huge stoners, by the way, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, the third story of the house was like, basically like the what do you call the man cave?
Okay.
It was the man cave. There was a pool table, a big-ass TV, a poker table. You know, clearly, Doc and his boys would come up here and play cards and play pool and get drunk. And then on the poker table, there was a binder. And in that binder was the photos of all the boobs that this man had created with his bare doctor hands.
Oh, so it's just the afters? It wasn't like the before and afters?
I think actually it was the before and afters.
Okay.
But it was clearly, like, this was ethically questionable that this was on this poker table, right? Because clearly they were looking at tits while they were, up there in the man cave. The point is, I remember looking at this and being like, it's not that you still can't appreciate a good pair of boobs, but when they're faceless, when it's just two titties, it doesn't hit the same. Because you don't know what else is going on.
Right.
Everywhere else. That's how I feel about the foot pick guys. Like, don't you need more? What about the legs? The legs are great. You're missing out on the legs
because you're going to go for the ass.
You're too focused on the fucking feet, man. Well, the legs are attached directly to the feet.
I thought you were still focused on the boobs.
No.
Talking about the boobs. Okay.
I just prefer to focus on the whole package.
Everything.
So I don't get the dudes who are able to, get their rocks off to just a pair of fucking feet. Those could be anybody's feet, man. It could be one of the Ying Yang Twins.
Could be Shaq's feet.
Well, you'd know if it was Shaq's feet.
Yeah.
Jesus God. The only person with worse feet than Shaq is my dad. Shout out to Pop Pop. All right, we got to leave. This has gotten too strange. Thanks for being here with us today. We appreciate y'all. Support our sponsors. You can find the links and the codes for this week's sponsors in the description of this episode. Kade and I will be back later this week on patreon.com/Ross Bolin Podcast with an all-new exclusive ad-free episode just for our supporters on Patreon. Get on there. It's $5 a month. You get 4 extra episodes a month, hotline calls from the RBP gang. If it gets weird here, it gets weirder on Patreon.
Oh, it sure does.
Follow Kade at Kade Orris. Throw him a little birthday love. Follow me at WR Bolin. Follow our show on all the different platforms. And until next time, remember, you are not alone. Peace be with you.
And also with you.